So then walk me through the process because you mentioned that you were like focused on one genre when you started making music. Like what were you primarily like what were the type of beats you were making and like what genre was it for? And then what did you like branch out to after that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started making mostly UK drill stuff. That's just what I was listening to at the time. I'm not part of that, life or anything like that. It's more just so I was in love with the beats and that kind of thing. So obviously completely out of touch with the culture behind the music, but I just love the sound of it. So as a 13, 14, 15 year old listening to just some big guy from the UK rap about how he was running down his ops, right? I got the juices flowing. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so that's where I started really, because that's just what I enjoyed listening to. It's what got my energy up and things like that. But obviously, over time, grew up a little bit. I started branching out into different genres, especially things like pop music, just because um, it's just so universal, I guess. You can't really hate pop music, whether or not it's a main genre you listen to, or whether or not you listen to it at all. Pop music is just hip hop and pop. They're the two genres at the forefront of the entire music industry. You know what I mean? And it's definitely a different, you know, pathway to the kind of music I was making originally. But obviously there was just some artists I worked with just over the years who kind of just pushed me into that a little bit, and especially doing a lot of engineering work. Obviously, not producing music
Hmm.
in a lot of projects, but engineering projects. And a lot of those songs would end up being R&B, pop music, and things like that. So it kind of helped me just like ease into it a bit better. And obviously, I enjoy making that style of music as well. So right now, I'm still making UK drill. A lot of my catalog is UK drill. I still make UK drill, but I would say predominantly the amount of new projects that come in predominantly are R&B, pop. Obviously, still a lot of rap stuff. Less so drill stuff, more just general hip hop stuff, boom bap, a lot of stuff like that. Um, and yeah, no, now we're just all over the place. I'm just dipping my hand in whatever I can, you know, get into or whatever is throwing itself at me.
Yeah, no, that's cool, especially when you start off from something totally different. Like drill and pop is like just like I don't know,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like the spectrum.
completely different.
So then walk me through that process when you were starting off, right? You're starting off making drill beats because that's just what you liked. So how do you go, you're 13, 14 years old, like how do you go from like making drill beats and then deciding like I think I'm ready to like send my stuff out to rappers? Like what was that process like for you?
Yeah, so honestly, it wasn't for a couple years. I had a big catalog of beats, honestly. And it never even like occurred to me across my mind about like how I'm meant to be getting these beats to artists. I was mostly just chucking a YouTube upload out here and there, nothing serious, not really chasing placements or anything like you're talking about. It was more so just as years went on and I started really thinking about how, this is a career option that would be great. I could make like proper money out of this. Not that I had actually made any money at that point, but more so that it was, just a theory in my mind. This could be money, and I love doing it. And at that stage, it was kind of like a point where I had to be self-reflective and think, okay, what can I actually be doing to get my beats and stuff out to artists? And this was probably, I would say, 5-ish years ago. So it was, yeah, like I said, couple years into making beats. Already had a pretty decent foundation. I wasn't an amazing producer at this stage, of course, but still growing now, of course. But yeah, it was more so that I already had music and already had beats that I wanted to get out to artists, but I didn't really know how to. And I just kind of crossed the point where I was like, yeah, I've got to start trying to figure out how to market myself and brand myself and actually get my music out there. Otherwise, I'm just going to be, I'm going to be sitting in my bedroom, sitting in the fucking, lunchroom at school, making beats, and that'll be that, and nothing will come from it. You know what I mean? So, at first, I just started DMing artists on Instagram, hella artists on Instagram, and I'm sure that's pretty much a universal story for every producer on planet Earth. Do you know what I mean?